My mother was an artist, and it's primarily genetic. I was born an artist. But I didn't really start to do serious artwork until I quit Bullock's, which was in 1976, I think, and I became a full-time artist. I had a wonderful boss named Bill Hanna, and Bill called me down to his office and he said, "Mike, I'm leaving, and you're leaving too. You either quit or I'm firing you, because you don't belong here." He knew I was an artist. He said, "Go out and do what you do best." And so I quit after 15 years. And it was good advice. And then I started doing stained glass. My studio was next to the theater. There was a theater there at one point. I opened a stained glass store. That's why I did the airport window. That was one of the first windows that I did. I didn't know shit about stained glass when I did that window. But somebody came to me and they said, "Hey, there's a competition. Would you like to enter it?" And I said, "Sure." And I won. No, they were looking for a piece that was quite a bit smaller. They had a budget of $12,000, which included designing, installation, everything, materials. You know, putting it in was a major deal. But I was confident. I never saw it until it was put in. I saw the panels. I discussed it with the fellow who was my intermediary. He was an architect. And he said, "Well, make a mock-up in stained glass." I took it to LA and left it, and then they called me and said I won. Well, first they called me and said I didn't win, and then an hour later they called and said, "I don't know what happened." I went out in the street and started screaming and shouting, because I'd never had a commission in that size, you know. It's still one of the biggest stained glass windows on the coast. I mean, think about it. Where's another stained glass window that big in one piece? In one big, you know. It starts out with an emotion. What emotion am I thinking about? And I just have that ability to translate that through my hands into a design. So I thought, wow, Space Sunset. Now the name came afterwards, but I mean, I'm thinking, what's it like to be. There is no such thing as a space sunset, obviously. There's sunsets on Earth. So it was just a sort of an imaginative an approach. And when I sat down to do this, I think it was the first drawing I made. Just sit down and I drew it out and I stayed with it. You know, this brings back a lot of memories when you think about it. 40 years ago, putting this thing in. Follow your dream. That's simple. If your dream is to be a painter or sculptor, do it. And don't look back. It's the most enjoyable thing you can do. By far.